Get this roll on a show.
Road,
yes.
Something, all the things.
Oh man, now I really want a Swiss roll.
Ooh, I have Swiss rolls.
Dude, those are like the one snack cake that I'm like, that is still kind of fire.
We have a
local kind of rule.
Okay.
They are. We have it's in a good way.
We have a local like Asian market.
Ooh, that got
My
bad.
goodness.
Whoa. All right, guys.
We have a local Asian market that does Swiss rolls, Japanese ones, and it's so good.
We are struggling with some microphone issues, so sorry for the late start and the chaos. And we're getting there slowly but surely, and we're not gonna let it get us down because we're gonna have fun and we're gonna jump into some crazy action right off the beat. Can you turn my fan on? Yeah. Thanks. So yeah, we're going to have some fun tonight. We left off on a high note, and I'll let someone give a little recap.
I know a couple people who would like to beg to differ.
But first, I want to go through some announcements real quick and let everyone give a little hello, hey there, hi there, ho there, and then we will get under the way. I cannot talk tonight. I am mixing up all the things. Kamara Rama Lama. Thank you for the follow.
Kamala Harris.
I butchered the hell out of your name. I am so sorry. Tazverax, thank you so much for the follow. And Swing That Thing, something that Ryder won't be doing tonight. Thank you for the follow.
Oh.
Guys,
that's so sad.
Oh, it's been great all week. I've been loving every day. He straight up didn't talk to me at all on Thursday. Not once.
Not a friggin' word. I walked past his cubicle, said, "You're dead to me," and just kept on going. The next day, I was like... That sounds
about right.
The next day I walked by, I was like, okay, we're friends again.
That was literally me and my college friends back in the day. They'd pull anything, and I'd be like, "I'm gonna kill you. See you in lunch."
But yeah, so it's Wednesday. Welcome to the chaos shenanigans. I also have other announcements. Stalling. We have a painting stream happening tomorrow at 6:30. Those guys were painting some Star Wars Legion minis last week.
Neato.
It's a tabletop game that I'm highly fond of, and I've spent way too much money on.
Me too.
But it's a lot of fun. They're very talented painters, and I think they plan on just painting all kinds of different things, from D&D to Warhammer to Legion, all the things. We are doing a giveaway next Monday. It doesn't say what the giveaway is. I don't know if you guys know. If it was said yesterday.
I could be wrong. But I remember at one point there was a goal to do another cup like a horn mug of dice. I don't know if they've already done that or
Okay.
not.
It might be that you'll just have to
Maybe.
tune in on Monday to find out what they're giving away. Either way, it's gonna be good stuff.
Yeah.
And we are starting off a new subdrive today. That's right, you heard it here first. Today we are starting a subdrive for a hollow dice. I think that's a full set.
It would come as a full set, yeah.
I believe the goal for that is 50. I'm not 100% sure on that, but if you want to get entered in for that giveaway, you want to use your Amazon Prime subs, give us Daddy Bezos' money. And yeah.
Apparently, in Amazon, because I have a friend who works very high up in the IT department. Apparently, they don't call him Bezos or Mr. Bezos or anything like that. It's just Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
So you get an email and it's just from Jeff. Like,
Huh.
This is Jeff.
That somehow makes me feel better than what I thought it could have been. Like Supreme Overlord or
Yeah,
No,
I was
Your
just about to
Grace,
say like Supreme
something
Leader
like
or
that.
No,
something
that's
You
like
what
that.
could
Elon
have
Musk-
said it anything. Oh yeah. Did you guys see he's not the CEO of Twitter anymore?
Yep.
He speed ran that thing.
He was like, I came, I saw, I conquered, I quit.
Yeah, honestly. That was so funny.
no, he didn't. He
What
didn't
an
just
era.
see and conquer. He conquered, ruined, then quit.
Yeah, dismantled the
Who
kingdom
knew
and
people
then
on the
left.
internet could be so mean?
Right?
Yeah, right. I judge
They are
everybody.
so mean to me and my millions of dollars.
Speaking of fun things on the internet, we did get 2 fan art submissions from last week. We got a
We did?
We got the squirrel that Larissa
Oh.
created.
Oh, yeah.
The
John
band
Michael
poster.
Squirrel.
John Michael Squirrel.
And
I
we
love you,
got
John Michael
a
Squirrel.
tombstone that a St. Louis native, Sir's Messenger, created for Riders Axe
Oh.
and Ship.
Oh my god.
Yep,
That's
my Twitch St.
kinda
Louis
and
community
cruel.
likes to troll me, so that's
Huh.
what happened.
They would never. They don't troll you. Not once. Wink. But I want more fan art, guys. And to encourage that, I am starting a personal competition right now. We're going to call it a competition because those are the words.
Oh.
Between now and next Wednesday, any fan art submissions for the Spelljammer game I send them to me, and I will not put any names, or I won't let the players know who submitted what, and they're gonna
Okay.
vote on their favorite piece of fan art, and I will gift you a Misty Mountain mystery bag.
Nice.
Just
That's so
straight from my
cool.
pocket. So,
Oh, that's so rad. I gotta make little stories
you know
about that.
You know what? The ladies and I, not
Mhm.
unfortunately not Larissa, but I need to have a ladies talk with Larissa too because I love Larissa. But no, Crash and I, we're talking about doing a giveaway randomly of some of my mini sets in my collection because I need to cut down this hoard. So I'll throw in a set to go with that so that we get extra
Ooh.
dice to go with the bag. So
Heck yeah. So if you guys want to be in that, again, don't post it in the Fine Arts channel. Send it to me. That way I can credit you later on. But I will have these 5 wonderful people vote on their favorite one that's submitted. So look forward to that next Wednesday.
we'll find a way though after the submissions to share it with everybody and let everybody see it. You know.
Absolutely. And more than likely they will also be added to the art reel as well. So all the fun things.
Yeah.
Just a quick little blurb.
So the
around-
deadline is that Wednesday or
We'll
like
have-
the Tuesday
We'll have
or
the deadline be Tuesday. That way, when we
Okay.
gather before stream, that's when we'll decide.
Let's
Rad,
let's
okay.
say to make this easy, to make it like all of the tests in college, that it is Tuesday at 11:59.
11:59. You can send
whatever
it to me in
point in
Discord.
time that is in
In your time zone. Yeah.
Whatever. We're going on bro code.
You can send it to me in Discord. My handle is RifleStud, if you didn't know that. But yeah, we'll share out all the different things. Now, just a quick little blurb around the circle. Tell us how your day's going, what you're looking forward to in today's session, possibly, and your favorite flavor of ice cream. Let's start at the bottom this time. Crash.
Oh man, we were just talking about Jenny's splendid ice creams last night.
We were also just talking about
so many.
We were just talking about a pint of ice cream too. That apparently, if it can be a pint of beer, but it's a pint of ice cream.
Yeah, one of Nick's friends thought that they were different and had only ever like read the word, and so he was like, "Yeah, pint," and they were like, "A what?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?" Mm-hmm. So now we're like, we have to call it a pint, right? So, awesome. Hi, I'm Crash Candy Cosplay. I do cosplay and makeup, and I really like Dungeons and Dragons. And also Pokemon, like a lot. And my favorite ice cream flavor is currently Cream Puff by Jenny's. It is freaking amazing. It's got like little bits of the choux pastry in it, and like a pastry cream ice cream.
Did you say choux pastry?
Choux, Chaux.
Oh,
it's
like,
have
you ever had like a cream puff or an eclair?
Yeah.
It's that kind of pastry.
Uncultured, so
or
I apologize.
It's
not a choux, which means choux glue.
If you've had a churro, it's the exact same dough, just cooked differently.
Okay.
Yeah, it's dough that like you boil butter and water, and then it makes it like real tacky and sticky. But it's called pâte à choux, which means choux glue because it's all thick. So
you like cook
the
it
more
into
you
a
know
paste,
about French
and then you
cooking.
have to add the eggs and just like beat it like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've made it, so
it's violent and delicious.
Yes, just like.
Also I play Portia. She's a tiefling artificer. That's probably important, more so than churros, but only marginally.
Papa Bear, what you got?
So, Papa Bear cosplay. I play Grimforst, who's a sorcerer, and my favorite ice cream, I have two: butter pecan and cookies and cream. Are my two favorites.
Butter pecan. That's like your mom's favorite flavor that you think is weird when you're a kid, and then when you grow up, you're just like, this shit rules. This is good, actually. Me and my sister were at the airport, and they had a Baskin Robbins. And we went there because we had nothing better to do, and I got butter pecan for the first time, and I was like, maybe they were onto something.
It's good.
Larissa.
It's me. Ignore me and my voice because I managed to pick up con cred at the show I was at this last weekend. So if you see me coughing, I'm fine. I'm just dying a little bit. But I play Aylin Larissa. I am an astral elf bard. Tonight I'm looking forward to hopefully not dying, because that's the only thing I can give you about any of the sessions we play, because sometimes I don't trust Rob wholly. So
that's all we can ask you.
I don't want to die yet, so I look forward to living in tonight's session. And my favorite flavor of ice cream, and I think this actually depends on where you're from, what it's called, but in Utah, it's Play-Doh ice cream. In some places, it's Superman. It's the one that it's like the red, yellow. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
In Utah, it's Play-Doh ice cream. The company that makes it.
That's adorable. That's so cute.
Neither of those.
I was going to say maybe that's to get out of like brand name, but then I'm like, wait, but that's just a different brand thing.
I think it's a brand if you look at it, you know?
But also, from what I've noticed,
Henry Cavill ice cream.
The Superman one is darker, and the Play-Doh one is more pastel, but it tastes exactly the same.
Huh. Interesting. Superman is really good ice cream. That's another childhood thing that you're like, this is still good, actually.
Yeah, 100%.
Tyler.
Oh, hi. I'm Cheesecake Panda, or I'm Ty, as everybody calls me here. I play Binx. She's a squirrel rogue, not a squirrel person, just an actual squirrel rogue. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like Larissa. I don't know what's going to happen this week. I can assume it's going to be fun, and I hope I get to steal some things. Because I'm a tiny little rogue who needs shiny objects. Favorite ice cream is between two. Any brand of cinnamon. Absolutely love.
Yeah.
Also, though,
God,
Cold
cinnamon ice cream.
Stone's cake batter ice cream
Yes.
is so good.
You'll get some good ass taste.
Yeah. Also, speaking of tastes that don't go with ice cream, well, actually, this is kind of wrong because we did have a local place that used to make wasabi ice cream. But I promised
That
on
stuff
stream
is good.
yesterday that I was going to eat incredibly spicy hot sauce because I bought some because I just want to use it for cooking. And it didn't get here in time. So my plate of nachos are using a different spicy thing because
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
it gets here
I was so
tomorrow.
excited for that.
I'm sorry for your lack of pain.
So I'll save it. I'll probably have eaten some before come the time I'm on the stream again because next Wednesday I will not be here because I will be in London. But I will eat some next time because it has Carolina Reapers and Trinidad Scorpions, and I'm very excited about it because I love
Trinidad
spicy things.
Scorpions.
I mean, maybe it'll go good on
That's
that,
just
like,
two things.
that fermented fish soup that they had the other day.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's the
Those poor
Stroman.
guys.
Yeah.
Mr. Stroman.
Mike, what you got?
Oh, depression is what I have, ladies and gentlemen. That is what I have. Because
Hell
there's
yeah,
been this
brother.
dark cloud above me called Rob, because I work with him. And every day he reminds me of the pain that he put me through. But enough of all that. I play Ryder Murdoch, everybody's favorite dwarf fighter slash badass guitarist now. Man, favorite flavor of ice cream. First off, I'm gonna have to do some Google searching because now we've gone from Play-Doh to Superman to Crayola Cran, and I need to know what it's called in Missouri now.
Wait, it's some people call it Crayola ice cream?
That's what somebody just said.
Really?
Right?
Dabs said it.
I can see it though because we have one of our Summer of Color dice is technically the Superman based off of the Superman ice cream, so I can see it.
But I think mine, to narrow it down, because I don't know, I'm kind of vanilla, but I like just chocolate ice cream. But if I want to get fancy like everybody else, there is a ice cream shop in my town called Orange Leaf that has a fudge brownie flavored ice cream that is absolutely amazing, especially when I go and get the toppings and I like make my own mudslide kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I'm starting to think y'all are just talking about sherbet ice cream. Like, that's what I'm landing on with the colors and stuff. Maybe that's what we call it.
It's
ice cream.
Cream puff is not sherbet.
No,
is a different
it is.
Texture.
I can come to Larissa's defense.
That
It
is
is
true.
It is ice cream. It also isn't really fruity. It's, if I remember when I used to have it, it was kind of cotton candy-ish.
Yeah, a little bit.
Superman has, I think it's
I've-
sherbet that has spun cream in it for some of the colors.
I
But one of
have
them is
a new
bubble
mission
gum.
in life now.
I
need
don't
to
remember
find
the others.
Missouri equivalent of this ice cream, apparently.
Yeah, I'm gonna try all of them.
Yeah,
See if
here we
they're
go.
different.
Yep, here we go.
If this doesn't taste like real wax, it's not Crayola crayon ice cream.
And I am Rob. If you don't know me, then I don't know where you've been because I seem to always be here some way or another. Almost as much as Ty, but not quite. My favorite ice cream. Look, I'm a slut for some mint chocolate chip. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
my
that's
jam.
what's wrong with you.
Well, you know, that's
Hey, wait. To clarify though, are you like do you lean into the like white
no, it's
colored
green.
like
It's
ice cream? Green, yes.
Yep.
Thank
Yeah, the green.
God. It has to be
Side
green
note,
or it doesn't
You
taste
can
like mint.
ever,
Yes.
if you can ever find it, Rob, you would probably like it like I do. Because I also love mint and chocolate. There is based like it was a Girl Scouts thing, so it's like I can't find it anymore. But there was a like one of the iced Dunkin' coffees
I don't like coffee.
Oh, the
that
thin
was
mint
thin
one.
mint
Yeah.
flavored.
Ooh.
That's actually really good. It's like a mint mocha.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
If I liked coffee, that would probably be good, but I definitely don't like coffee.
I don't either.
It doesn't really.
Mad
I'm
bitches
also
drink
not
tea.
a big coffee drinker, and I drink it. So
That's fair. I always get the when I go to Starbucks,
When it's an
I'll get
early
the,
start, me and Ty are getting coffee.
the strawberry acai lemonade. That's all I get.
Those are
you know.
good.
That is what I get.
Hey, and I mean, those have caffeine, so, like, they
Yeah,
count.
sure, totally, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not like the 3 energy drinks I drink a day or whatever, you know.
Oh, God.
Okay, Steven, God.
Anywho.
Steven and his freaking bang energy. His heart's gonna jump out his chest one day.
Yeah.
It's gonna leave his body.
Give the recap of what happened last week for our friends in chat.
Oh.
Not me.
Let me incentivize it. Whoever gives the recap gets advantage on a roll of choice.
I might.
Ty's like, I'll jump. How high?
No, I'm trying to eat my soup of nachos because all my cheese went to the bottom.
I'll do it, but Ty can have the advantage.
To be fair, I think you'll need the advantage, dog.
No, you can have it, bro. You're actually doing the work.
You'll need
is everybody? It's a pity thing, really. That's what it's getting down to. All right, before I start this here, we're gonna have a quick moment here.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Our adventure. Oh, wait, hold on. Gotta go straight. Last time on Spelljammer Adventures with Misty Mountain Gaming, the amazing trio of Aylin, Binx, and Ryder go into a local town to have a little bit of R&R after graduating from the academy. They find this nice little spot with a beautiful blue ship with a giant cannon on the front parked next to it. They go inside and meet 2 lovely individuals, Portia and Grimforst, a wizard, and somebody with a giant rifle that looked weird. They find out from the bartender...
No, that's rifle. I had a gun.
Oh, yeah, sorry. A weapon of sorts. They find out from the bartender that there's a battle of the bands going on with the prize of not only gold, but the giant blue ship with the big flipping cannon on the front as the prize. So, these 5 wonderful adventurers created the most excellent rock band in the world, the Murder Comets, and performed 3 beautiful, beautiful sets of music, which Larissa has our first album cover posted somewhere. Y'all can find it in the Misty Mountain Discord or Twitter, wherever. After winning, all hell broke loose. A giant crystal vine pops up in the dock next to our beautiful blue ship and is just pouring out enemies. I lost count of how many were there.
Yeah.
But
all I remember is
that's a place to freeze.
26 appearing.
Yeah, there was like more than
total.
26 at one point.
There were 26.
But the adventurers had to make a tactical retreat, but with that came some losses. And I would like to take a moment of silence, if everybody could please remove your headgear, for Bane of the Leviathan, Ryder's trusty axe, and the giant blue ship that had a cannon on it that was destroyed by the vine. You know, the one we had just won together and melted people's faces off with our intense level of rock. And we left off on a ship getting away with no course decided, no adventure planned. But I could tell you this, just a little insight. We're going back, even if Ryder has to go alone. He's got a score to settle.
What's with those crazy eyes?
I would pour one out for the lost homie, but this is valuable liquid. I need it.
The Baja Blast.
Baja.
So to rewind that just a little bit, you guys haven't made it down to the ship yet. You just met that person that said...
Oh, I thought we had gotten onto the ship.
No, not yet.
Okay.
You're still making your way downtown.
Okay.
Walking fast. Faces
Roger.
Chases past, then we're homebound. Yeah.
And I need you.
So, as you guys are kind of in the chaos, you just came out of the fog that Grimfrost had brought up as cover to try and escape. You met up with what was her name? I don't think you got her name yet.
No.
I don't think so. I don't have it in my notes.
Offering you to. She has a ship that you can use to try and escape the madness and get to safety, and just there's vines erupting up out of everywhere. And just to give you a size comparison, these things are rough. Like they're shooting into the sky hundreds of feet at this point. Like they're massive crystal vines.
Dang.
They're currently
End of
wreaking
Evangelion.
havoc on the town of Port Haven. You hear buildings crumbling in the distance. It's really just a complete and utter shit show. As you are running through, there's tremors going through the city as more and more of these kind of come up in the distance. And as you are making your way through an alley, like at the final stretch before you get kind of down towards the dock, there's 30 to 40 people, running alongside with you, trying to get down there to get a ship and get out. How are you guys making your way through the crowd?
I would like to find anybody who seems to be shoving other people out of the way and therefore being a jerk and trip them.
Well, I was going to say that's
Fair
me,
enough.
but that's no longer me.
No, I'm riding on you until
okay.
that time comes. You're good, bro.
Okay.
Okay.
So I tripped Ryder. No, I'm kidding.
Yay. The abuse starts early. Let's get it out of the way.
So
No, last time, remember, she was sitting on your shoulders trying to comfort you very poorly, but trying.
It's the attempt that counts.
Yeah.
as you're running through, and like the citizens of Port Haven are kind of screaming and they are pushing through, you do manage to trip one, which causes a couple more to kind of fall. Not quite being trampled, but they're having trouble getting up at this point.
Ryder, I didn't think this through. Put it in high gear. Again, no, I did it. I can't have more. I can't have more arrest warrants. Just keep moving.
I'm just gonna book it for the ship's gangplank, whichever one we were invited on. I forgot what you said the name of it was.
Yeah.
In the kind of off in the distance, over, it's kind of hard to hear over the screaming and kind of sheer panic of the crowd. You hear just a young voice come out and say, it's real faint at this point, but it says, "To the docks. We'll take one of the ships. It's our only hope."
Was that just like out to the crowd or to us
That was just
specifically?
out to the crowd, like trying to get everybody down there.
To kind of like the group in general, I'm just gonna ask: can anybody make a hole without causing a bunch of damage?
A hole?
Yeah, part everybody out of the way so we can get to the ship.
I could
make one of you giant. We could hitch a ride.
I could make a tiny hole, but only big enough for me.
Yeah, because anything that I can do would just hurt people. I'm trying to avoid that.
I don't have much on me in way of traversing a crowd.
While you guys are in this crowd, are you kind of in a line, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or are you kind of just like randomly spread out as you're running through?
I'd say I'm trying to stick behind or at the side of Grimforst. But trying to keep up with everybody. Just depends on how we get displaced.
It sounds like Ryder's kind of up towards the front.
I would say maybe we're like
probably
in
be
a
heading the
square
charge.
formation, kind of. We're trying to stick together.
Okay.
Maybe Aylin and I are next to each other, and Portia and Grimfrost are like right behind us.
Everyone, I'll use Earth Trimmer to move the crowd out of our way. Get behind me. Let's get to the dock.
Is that not going to hurt people?
I'll just rumble them. I'll rumble them out of our way.
Well, it's as good a plan as any. I'm going to move behind Grimfrost.
I'm being carried. I can't do anything. So
Grimfrost, I get in front of. We all are now in a single file line. I'm in front. Crowd's going crazy, and then I conjure Earth Trimmer, and so we're just gonna book it to the dock with the earth rumbling, creating this pathway through in front of us.
Okay. Right as you're who is in the back of the line?
Like very back?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
I know it's not me because I've been sitting on Ryder,
Yeah.
so I'm wherever Ryder is. But
I'd say I could be just trying to like kind of
Sure.
hold on to the jacket of whoever is in front.
Like you guys are. I mean, you're close, like within each other, but
Yeah.
As he starts to cast the trimmer, and it starts going off, a elderly lady, like that's kind of off to the side and in the crowd, she reaches up and grabs your arm, and says, in a weak voice, almost like moans it, and she says, "These vines are everywhere. There's nowhere safe. We're all doomed." And the trimmer causes the building to collapse and buries half of the crowd.
See, this is why we didn't want to answer the who's in the back of the line question, because we knew it was going to be something bad.
Does this woman get buried?
Yeah, she gets buried. Like some of the rubble kind of hits you, and it takes this crowd of 30 to about 15 now.
Oh yeah, Portia screams bloody murder.
I'm going to move to the back and kind of push everybody and go, "Don't turn around, just go."
These people.
Now that I'm in the back, being a squirrel means that the survival of the fittest has kicked in, which means she's still sitting on Ryder's shoulder.
There's no creature more predated than a squirrel. I can imagine that is true.
Yeah. But while I'm on Ryder's shoulder, if anybody seems like they're remotely like looking like they might want to talk to us, she's just gonna be like, she's gonna look like a cat, like harched up, just like, don't you do it? Yeah.
Help them now. We have to keep going, or we'll all be dead.
Just keep your eyes front. We'll be back, and we'll repay them triple.
Where's the ship?
About that time, you guys you kind of come out of this alleyway, and you're at the final stretch. I would say you're maybe 100 yards from the actual dock itself. And from what you're able to see, the scene that is there at the docks is absolute chaos. There's hundreds of people swarming the piers, trying to push their way onto 3 vessels that haven't yet set sail. 2 of them are longships, and 1 is a galleon. There's a group of thugs in black leather armor using their clubs on the crowd of screaming commoners, keeping the people away from the ships as they're loaded with cargo under the supervision of a sneering man with long red hair. A woman steps out of the crowd and wipes blood from her chin and is looking at you guys and says, "Glad to see you guys again. I'm Captain Eliana Sartell, and one of the ships is mine. Pity I can't reach it. Would you be good enough to help me? I promise in return, I'll return the favor."
Wait. You said again. I don't remember you. Like, I have short-term memory issues because I'm a squirrel, but I don't remember you.
This is the lady that told you she had a ship that you could get out on.
Oh shit! Now I remember.
Portia, how long can you make people big?
Long enough. But I'd say about a minute. Depends on how physically long your body can take it. It's not going
Can
to
you
feel
make it
great.
shorter than that?
As long as you would like me to. Why?
Well, I see a few bugs in front that need to get smashed, and I have a lot of pent-up anger. Make me big, I'll carry everybody to the ship, and we'll take care of that little group there in the
That
front.
can be done. I'll take my gauntlet, and I shove your shoulder, and you feel a bit of a stinging sensation. And then adrenaline, and I will cast Enlarge on you.
So as a...
So now your size... Let me be sure. Also, while enlarged, all of your attacks deal an extra 1d4 damage, if that's fun for you.
Oh, it might be. Depends on...
And you have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Perfect.
Nice.
But how big am I?
You go from
Normal
medium
size.
to large.
So you're a normal sized person.
Yeah, actually, do dwarves count as small or medium?
Oh
I don't know. Hold on.
I thought it was more of an Ant-Man kind of thing.
I mean, normally, you're still wicked strong for what you are.
Can you imagine if she put this on Binx and suddenly you just have like a Yorkie-sized
That'd be
sized
pretty
animal?
funny.
Like-
Birdie squirrel.
Oh, your size is medium, so you're now large.
So you're now big, yeah.
Yeah, so now you are big.
Okay. So I basically what my hope is that everybody can kind of like hold on to me while I make my way towards the dock, but on my way I don't know, am I big enough to be able to just like soccer kick that group of bandits, or am I
You are
not?
considered 10 feet tall.
I'll take it. My foot should be big
You
enough.
could Jaeger it, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Attack on Titan who?
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
that's kind of where I'm kind of heading with this. So I want to start making it through the crowd, but as we go past towards the dock, I want to just kick the snot out of that group that's clubbing people, trying to get down the dock.
Okay, so looking at it this way, there's about 4 of them that are kind of keeping people away, like off the docks, and they're doing the clubbing. So you'd be breaking through there. The long red-haired man is on the ship, and there is 2 that keep walking back and forth, loading stuff, and then there's an additional 4 thugs on the ship itself.
So if I take out...
So there's 4 on the ship that we need to be on.
Yes, which is the galleon.
Okay. As we get closer, I'm gonna jump off like a flying squirrel, even though I can't fly, and just like straight down onto the ship, so that I can start beating them up if I need to. Now, Ryder, have your big moment.
So you're pushing through and you're wanting to attack?
Yes.
Okay, anyone that is going to join this attack, I'll have you go ahead and roll initiative. Since they don't really see you coming and you're big,
Might as
I'll give
well.
you advantage on your attack roll, Ryder.
Sweet.
My
16.
That 19.
Well done.
It still
I-
forever angers me. Binx's armor class is a 19 and Vessie's is an 18.
I mean, to be fair, if you ever tried to catch a squirrel by hand,
I got a
as
13.
opposed to a grown person,
Yeah.
I got a full.
What was that? Melissa?
maybe I'm in the minority.
4.
It seems hard. I still have to roll.
16.
Ooh. 5. Still shaken up seeing an old lady die. Marginally.
All right, let's see here. We're gonna do Thug 1 is gonna be 2 people. Thug 2 will be 2 people. And those are gonna be the guys on the dock itself. The 2 loading it will be Thug 3. Thug 4 and Thug 5 will be on the ship. And out of those 5 rolls, I had 2 natural 20s. So that's fun.
Oh boy.
I know, right? All right, so since we're not technically in initiative currently, Ryder, go ahead and kick us off.
Well,
this won't be like your actual attack action, but I'm giving it to you since you're kind of just ambushing.
Oh yeah, that I might make an adjustment here then. The 2 I don't know if I could pull off both of them at once. But you said Thug 1 and Thug 2 are a group of 2 guys?
Yes. They're just
okay.
I have them all in groups of 2.
All right. Thug 1, I'm going to go ahead and take a swing at with one of my hand axes. And I do have...
I'm gonna die if the hand axes didn't get bigger with you, so it's big Ryder, but just
they did, although that is hilarious.
Oh, man,
you got like Polly Pocket sized axes, but that are actually sharp.
I got... Yeah, just to make it easy, because then I have to do a bunch of reading. I'm just going to take a swing at the first, or Thug 1 at the dock to try and make a hole if I need to for everybody else to pass.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, which one? So many choices.
And was this Thug 1 or Thug 2?
Oh, Thug 1 just got hit with the nat 20, mother truckers.
All right.
He's a big man.
With a big axe.
Roll your damage and double it.
Me and Ty are just like...
Oh, for 12 points of damage.
All right.
Ooh.
Slashing, if that matters.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I do have the special slasher critical hit.
Ooh.
When you score a critical hit that deals slashing damage on a creature, you grievously wound it until the start of your next turn. The target has disadvantage on all attack rolls.
Okay.
Ty, I was looking at that for Deo.
Nice.
As my feet.
For your new, like for this level?
Yeah. For my next feet. Slasher is fun.
By 10 feet until the start of my next turn, if that matters.
Yeah.
Looking kind of tasty.
You're just right up there with him, so
okay.
It probably won't matter as far as movement goes. But disadvantage is pretty helpful towards you.
I was looking at taking War Master, or Great Weapon Master.
Ooh, Great Weapon Master.
So that'd
be pretty sick.
Thug 1's
because I got that life-stealing sword.
And Travis is in the back. He's like,
that would be
stop
good.
those! Don't let them onto the ship. Like, we have to get out of here. And so Thug 1, readies his weapon and is going to take a swing back at Ryder, since you're right there in front of him, at disadvantage. So there's one. Does a 11 hit?
No.
All right. So that's the one guy there. And the second guy in that unit. I'm guessing a 10 does not hit either.
No.
So he's swinging at you, and he misses both of his hits there. Thug 5 is up on the ship, and he's just he's readying his action, like defending the ship and defending the red-haired captain up there. Ty, you're up.
Oh gosh. Okay. Has anybody? So now that we're close enough, obviously, like I already said that I was jumping off, to get onto the deck of the ship.
Yeah.
Hopping off.
Yeah, hopping off.
She's hopping off that shit.
Yeah, she's still dressed, like a showgirl who's been through a night. She's not changed yet.
Mood, baby. And she's about to go through a whole other one.
Like picture like SpongeBob like hanging from the ceiling in the SpongeBob movie.
Yes.
And that's what she
100%.
But no, does anybody notice as I'm jumping, like as I'm getting on, because I'm so little?
Just give me a stealth roll.
Oh, that's gonna be a good number unless I roll.
Okay,
let's see what number this comes out. I have a +9 to stealth. That is a 27.
Oh, wow.
Are a stealthy ninja, and no one noticed
see her.
You. Not even John Cena can see you.
Okay,
No.
well then in that case, because nobody can see me, yeah, you hear like she jumps and you hear like a weird little just as she's going down.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. Oh God, I'm gonna have to tell Steven that's where that saying came from, because he started saying that at every show all the time. I gotta tell him that made
Does
it
he
into
not
the game.
know?
No, I haven't
How do you
told
go
him
your
yet.
entire life and not know where Hell Yeah Brother comes
Oh
from?
no, he knows where it came from.
Oh,
I'm saying
okay.
he doesn't know he doesn't know I've stolen it for
Okay.
this.
Roger.
But anyway, I would like to hide behind like a barrel or a crate or something like that as I land,
Okay. Yeah, I'd say you're probably on like the front section of the ship. That diagram that I posted in the Spelljammer channel earlier this week is actually the map of the ship.
Ooh.
Okay, cool. Okay, that makes that easier. I'll pull that up in a second then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hide myself in a place that I can still aim at the red-haired captain.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use a little firebolt because it's a cantrip, so it doesn't take a spell stat. But yeah, like for anybody who is like actively watching, which is no one, but you just kind of see like a tiny little hand just like slide
that
rules. And I'm gonna shoot out a firebolt at this guy. And I don't remember.
Eliana sees it and she's just like, "What?"
Well, she's only ever seen one person cast Firebolt, and that would be Rowan, and Rowan always did finger gun.
That's true. That's where she got it from.
It's my girl.
See if I hit. Hopefully this will do it. What is it? Plus though? +5. 17 to hit?
A 17 hits.
Okay, I'm quickly checking if you can add sneak attack on a spell, because I don't remember.
I don't know, actually.
Well, you had a crazy stealth roll, so I'll give you sneak attack on this one.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
Well, then I will find
Just
out
on
for
principle.
later. I will find out for later purposes, so let me roll my damage really quick. Okay. Oh, that is the exact spectrum of D10s that I could have possibly gotten. But that's okay. Let me see what my sneak attack is.
Papa Bear, you're on deck.
Okay.
Oh my god, my sneak attack is a lot of sexes.
Oh my god. You sound like my Aunt Sherry.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's better. So we are at
Larissa, do you have a different D&D theme shirt for every week?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh, I'm digging that shirt so much.
18 points of damage.
A lot of
Thanks to
Bardcore
sneak
tracks
attack.
go pretty hard. Blinding Lights gets in my head all the time from Bardcore.
and then I will take my bonus action to duck back down and continue hiding. Like as a rogue, I now have the option to do things like that with my level.
Awesome. Okay. Grimfrost, what do you got?
All right, so I'm gonna do Chaos Bolt. I'm also gonna attack. I'm gonna attack the Thug One.
Okay.
In front.
Yeah.
All right, so Chaos Bolt. Okay. Then, all right. All right, so that's 12 damage.
Do I have to make a saving throw on that?
I think isn't Chaos Bolt roll to hit?
I can find out real quick.
I don't know actually.
Let's see.
It's gonna either say a certain save or a attack roll, like a whatever they call for a ranged spell attack.
D&D Beyond.
I do love this phrasing here, though. So apparently you can do sneak attack with spells, but I love this phrasing here, which is any spell requiring an attack roll can be used as sneak attack, assuming the target meets the conditions to be snuck attacked.
It does look like you have to
Attack.
roll to hit.
That is cute. To be snuck.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Give me your best shot. The bard's back there just like strumming away.
Oh yeah.
All right, 16.
A 16 hits.
Woo!
All right. Okay, so damage.
And are you casting that at
6.
first level? 6?
Yeah, first level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And is that your turn? Are you moving up, or what are you doing?
That's gonna be my turn. I'm gonna stay in the back.
Okay, perfect. Ryder, up there in fisticuffs with Thug 1.
Okay. How close would Thug 2 be to...
They're right there beside you.
Okay. Let me double check I understand how this one works. Okay. So first I am going to do my booming blade cantrip. See if this were actually. Hold on a second, because now I got my hit points I gotta think about, because I took a lightning bolt to the head earlier.
You literally asked for that, though.
I know, but I didn't think we
I
were
hate
gonna
to be that person, but you literally told me to do
I
it.
didn't think we were gonna get hip deep in combat later.
I was gonna say I thought about that, how we didn't have a long rest before all this went down. I'm like, oh, fun!
Yeah, I mean, this has been, what, maybe like 10 minutes
My
since
bad.
you left the...
God, yeah.
Yeah. So, how does? Okay.
And Crash, you're next.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use. We'll just see how this works. I'm gonna use Booming Blade first. And see if that kind of gives me some space with that second group next to me. And then we'll see how that goes first.
Okay.
That's a cantrip, so So 14.
14 hits.
Okay. Cool. And that is 1d8.
Shh. Sorry.
Okay. That's 5 points of damage.
Okay. To Thug 1.
Yeah. And wait, if Thug 2 is close within 5 feet,
Yep.
they take that hit too.
Okay.
If I'm understanding the nomenclature here right. Still learning spells or cantrips. I'm used to force powers. Anyway.
Silly Mike, you're not a gnome, you're a dwarf.
So yeah, it's 5 to both. And then I'm going to take, for my extra attack, take a slash at Thug 1 if they're still alive.
Yep.
I assume they are. 14 again.
Yep.
And that's the 1d6 plus 8.
Are you adding your D4 that Crash gives you from being big?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, you do get that.
I had, okay, so I had 8, 9, 10, 11.
11
Ooh,
points?
even better.
All right. So one of those thugs in that group are down. So there's just one left. And he's feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
And then I'm going to go ahead and use it. I'm going to use my bonus action for second wind.
Okay.
To try and get some of my health back. You can keep going because that's all me.
Okay. Portia.
All right. How many enemies were there in total?
10 total.
10.
Plus
Okay.
the captain, so 11.
Gotcha. Okay. And they're all on the ship, yes?
There's 4 at the dock entrance blocking you guys where Ryder is currently in combat with. There's 2 that are walking up and down the ramp kind of loading stuff. There's 4 on the ship and the captain is on the ship.
Okay. Then
And I've whacked the captain already.
Roger. Then let's do yeah, you know, why not? I will take my rifle off my back and I'll spin this little wheel on the side and it looks like it starts glowing red hot. And I'd like to take aim and in kind of a I'd like to cast Scorching Ray through my rifle.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
So I get an extra D8 of damage on all of them.
Oh, nice. It's that moment where what's the guy from Monsters Inc? Sully.
Sully, yeah.
He's got like the big red eyes. Like, what?
The difference between our 2 artificers that have been in this world setting.
Yeah. Gun go burr.
Cracks me up.
Meanwhile,
okay, so
Gemma was just,
It's okay to fail.
like,
And then our artificer
No, it's
now
not.
is just to scorch everything.
Yeah.
mhm.
You're gonna
I
need
will
a
target
binding
then
resolution.
the one that's looking kind of worn down
Okay.
in front of Ryder.
Okay.
And then 2 of the people who are like hurting people at the docks who haven't been hit yet.
Thug 2, yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thug 2. Okay, so number 1 on the Ryder. That's 7 points of fire damage. Be better, but that's okay. Number 2. Oh no, wait! I was supposed to roll to attack.
Oh,
Goodness gracious! I forget. Do you roll attacks for each one or just the one?
Just give me a 1 attack.
Okay.
No, it'd be one for each. Well, this is technically 1 attack.
It's okay.
Going across. So yeah, just 1.
I will leave it to you then.
Just 1.
Okay. Ooh, then that is a natural 20.
All right.
Always nice.
That hits both Thug 1 and Thug 2. So what you got?
Okay. So that first one was 7 points. Next one is
7. Go ahead and double it for the critical.
Double it?
You rolled a nat 20.
Unnatural.
Oh, unnatural. Okay, never mind.
No, sorry.
Definitely thought you said
Not a
natural.
nat.
I know.
I heard
I did too.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Unnatural. No, if I got a nat tie nose, I would have been like having rabies. That next one,
She would have suddenly been afraid of water.
Yeah, big time. That next one is 12 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And the third, that is, I like that. That's 14 points of fire damage.
So 12 and 14 go to Thug 2?
Yes.
Okay. So that's 25? We'll call
yes.
it 25.
Oh my god.
Perhaps.
I think I just ruined all of my rolls for the night because I just am rolling
did you
stats
do?
for a new character and just rolled 3 16s. Which means
Is
my
this for
damage
who I
rolls
think
are
it
gonna
is? Because you're about to
garbage.
be so beefy.
So
You're
one
gonna
of
be
the-
insane.
One of the thugs in Thug 2 has collapsed as well now.
Right through the
there's-
eyes.
Right.
Heck yeah.
Right through it. So there's one thug left there, and it's his turn, and he's looking kind of panicked.
Yeah, I'll lower the rifle and just stare at him and just be like,
He's looking
like I dare you.
Cap, these guys are I think they won on the ship. Can we have these guys?
Perhaps.
If not, you're getting killed by a tiny squirrel. I mean,
and the captain and the long red-haired captain down there, he's like, if they want to be part of the crew, they're welcome to be part of the crew.
Hold on.
Wait,
Insight
isn't
check.
that the woman in charge of that ship? The
Yeah.
woman that's with us that was just like, oh, I'm so glad to see you guys.
I want to insight check that guy and see how serious he sounds.
Yeah. May
I got a good
Or well, you're
Binksy.
closer, so it'd make more sense if you get it.
You just, as he says that, you just see her face slide over the box, just like. Let me check what my insight is, because I remember Vessie's, but I don't remember. Okay, it's not nearly as good as Vessie's, which makes me feel better.
Yeah, mine is
because
off.
I'd be really mad if a level 5 squirrel was as good as a level 12 cleric. I'd be very mad. Anyway, that is a 17.
Ooh, very good.
So with,
I don't know why I gotta say things with a 7 in them like that, but I do.
Yeah, no, it's fine. As he's saying, if they want to be part of the crew, they can. You are really conflicted and confused because Eliana introduced and said, hey, I have a ship. It's down here in the harbor. Well, technically she said, I have a ship in the harbor. We just have to get to it. And the long red-haired captain is saying that if they want to be part of the crew, they can. Just let's get out of here before, it's too late. You don't necessarily believe him, but you don't not believe him. Like, you're just very confused at this point.
Mm-hmm. Well, based off of the gut instinct of the natural predator, the squirrel, if there's any doubt, you continue the attack.
You ever met a squirrel? That's true.
Yeah. You ever met
Aylin's
Binx?
next.
Also
I'll
true.
wait till my turn.
Yep, we are at Larissa.
Okay, let me know if I can do this, but I want to cast Major Illusion and make it look like another one of those things is going to come down and hit right where they are.
Ooh.
Like the tendril thing.
Oh, so they're coming up from underneath.
Can I still make it look like one's about to come out of the ground?
Yeah.
Because if not, I have a plan B.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't think I need to roll for major illusion.
I don't think you have to roll for it so much as they roll to see if, like, they roll an intel or something like that to see if they see through it.
Yeah.
Are you trying?
So
to,
usually it would be for your spell save.
Are you
which
trying
is a 16
to distract all of the thugs and the captain, or what's the goal overall?
I just don't want to die.
Aylin, I don't want to distract anybody. I just don't want to die.
I'll do a roll. I'll do a roll for the thugs, and I'll do one for the captain.
Okay, you have to beat a 16.
Okay. So, all right. So, what's it look like as you are casting your illusion?
All of a sudden, maybe I can do it like kind of coming out of the water, so that way it's not necessarily like coming out of the ground. But another one of those vines is just going to come up out of the water and like kind of sit and like slowly go towards them and say, "There's another one of those things that looks like it's about to crush your ship. You better run."
So as it's coming up, they see it, and they are all very distracted, and it has forced all of the thugs onto the ship with whatever cargo that they have, and they are starting to pull the plank to board the ship because they're ready to get out of here.
Dang it. That's all I got.
Okay, if the thugs ran up, I want to yell to Binx, "Slow them down! Everybody run!"
Actually, as they start to run, Ryder, you would get a attack. Well, I think actually,
If it passes anybody's
so they
anybody's
wouldn't
space,
be passing,
yeah.
but they would be turning around and running.
Well, even still, if they were in melee range to start and
Okay.
they move, then yeah, it gives them an op attack.
Ryder, you'll have attack of opportunity on thugs
Which
1
is-
and 2.
Why all of my dexterity is the only thing I really have for those characters. So that means because I'm so little that I can move through people's spaces without that being an issue. But
If I prepped the right spell, I could do something similar, but I didn't think we'd need it.
oh no,
Ain't that how it is?
I think
that is the one thing that drives me insane about spellcasters is spell prep.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna follow.
Because then it's like I could have
Portia's
prevented
lead
it.
here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try a spell that I haven't tried yet because I'm trying to do new things. I am going because I get a 15-foot cone for this attack to put my axes back into my belt, and I'm going to clap my hands together and cast Burning Hands.
I'm very glad
nice.
that I'm very glad that you specified that you're clapping your hands.
Ty, we are on the same damn page.
We really are.
We're just kind of like,
The way Mike just looks and then says nothing.
hands?
So,
Excuse.
again, I don't fully understand.
All right. So it looks like it
Spells.
comes out in a 15-foot cone.
Cone.
I have to make
So it'll
dexterity.
spread. So it'll spread like this. So like he'll be here, which means through
Yeah.
the full extent you'll get the 15. But like if somebody, like with this, if somebody's standing right here next to him, they technically are out of that cone. But it will also hit any enemy or allies in that cone too.
I'm gonna say that you're able to hit the two because I mean it's a dock, it's not very wide, so I'll say you can do both. So I'll make the dexterity saving throw.
Oh my god, my Sara ears are sitting on my front porch, and I can't go get them. I just saw.
So
I found actual red silicone ears.
what was the saving
So-
throw?
That makes
on
things a world easier.
Mine's 10.
10? Okay. So as you do this clap, and you send out this cone of like fire, you just barely miss both of the thug groups.
Oh no!
I got a low deck save. I didn't think it would work, but
It's worth a shot.
I'm just I'm gonna go Damn it. And I'm going to start making a mad dash to the ship and telling everybody to follow behind me. We'll handle it on the deck.
Everyone's so it's the captain's turn. He's distracted by the fact of this another vine, trying to see if he can figure out a way to get around. And Eliana is running up right behind you. She does like this acrobatic movement and kind of like jumps and onto the ship and kind of like tucks away to evaluate what her next option will be. And Thug 3 they were the ones that were loading the ship, so they're on board now. So as this fake vine is growing up, we'll come back around, and Thug 1 is like he's holding his side here. As we're looking at the map, where does everyone want to be? Roughly.
I'm still hiding with that line of sight to the captain, wherever you would like to choose for that.
Yeah, I think you were up on like the front kind of portion.
Where's the map again?
It's in the Spelljammer channel. I can post it.
In the public Discord, the Misty Mountain Discord.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Sorry.
No, you're
I know
good.
I had to pull it up too.
Let's see.
There she be.
So we're on the level that has the
the little link vine.
So not the top section that's kind of cut into two. The one right below it that has the main like beam coming off. So between the dark lines, as you can see, there's kind of stairs that go below a deck and up a deck. So you're on that middle section there. That's where everyone kind of is.
I'm just gonna start I want to get or end up landing like right next to the stairs. So if I
in the front,
because the captain's
back?
On the back, because the captain, I would imagine that's where the captain is, right?
Yeah. So he would be on the left side, towards the back there. So top left of that little map.
Forgot I had that weapon.
I'm gonna land right there by the stairs on the top left.
Okay. I'd say as you ran on, you could probably make it to about, let's say, the middle, but you're on like the bottom middle grid area there.
Okay, that works.
Larissa, where did you make it onto the ship? I'm assuming.
I have no idea.
I would hope so.
Larissa, I don't know where I am.
I guess if everybody else did, I was following.
I'm assuming like it was a free action. Did everybody run to the ship?
That's a better question because I was like, I didn't know we were getting on it. Yes.
Okay. I guess I should have asked that differently. My bad. Okay.
Good.
So everyone is. No. We're rewinding that because we're not taking off yet. So Ryder, you are on the ship. Eliana is on the ship. Binx, you are on the ship. And I think that's it right now. So you guys will have time to get on in.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. Less confusing that way. So Thug 1 is hurting real bad, but he is
good
distracted. We'll say that they are all distracted until they're attacked for this round. So Ty, you are up.
Okay. I didn't realize that I have a short bow.
Ooh.
Along with my... So basically, it's a toothpick with like a string tied to it.
Nice.
Because the daggers are a letter opener and like one of those tiny plastic swords out of a drink. So...
Hey, those can do damage.
They really can. So anyway, I would like, because I'm still hidden, to fire at the captain once again with my short bow.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
away.
Here we go. I gotta wake up Vex in a little bit and let her bless all my dice.
Yeah. Better get those little sniffs
But,
in.
but also because Papa Bear has not been introduced to the fact that I have
To the
rats as of
ladies.
yet. Yeah. That's a natural 20.
Nice.
I don't need
I
that.
thought you knocked over a drink when you
I did too.
gasped.
No, I
That
just
was
got
so
excited.
urgent.
I just got excited. Leave me alone.
That is valid.
Let me get my sneak attack out of the way first, because that... Okay. Gotta do math now.
You know how it is.
10, 15...
Just a heads up, there's a thunderstorm in my area right now. I highly doubt I will lose power at all, but just in like the weird
Ooh.
off chance I do, that's where I went.
Okay.
Like I highly doubt it, but I
Okay.
hear thunder and I'm like, just in case I randomly disappear, that's what's going on.
Okay.
Guys, I might be about to murder this captain.
Ooh.
What did you get?
Well, I'm getting all of my stuff really quick. Okay.
What I'm getting is a calculator.
Yeah, that's 33 points of
Oh my
piercing damage.
god!
Oh my
Did you
God.
get him in the ear?
With a
Yeah,
toothpick?
with my yeah.
No,
Listen,
that's a shot straight
I've
up the
seen
nostril
Skyfall.
into the
I know
brain.
what a needle can do.
Okay, so describe to me what it looks like as you're shooting this toothpick bow.
Jesus.
Okay, so for anybody, I'm gonna allow any of the players who would like to be present to see this. They are allowed to see it, even though she's hidden. But you see from behind, like this little cluster of crates and all that, where she's hiding. You just like see her head just slowly, like she's basically just like, like gets ready and just takes the shot. And then anybody close enough to her will just hear a whisper of like,
Got my brain.
and that's it. Is it like just kind of? I like to think it just goes
God.
like just like sticks into his neck, but in the right spot that it's like the major blood vein. So
Oh God.
So,
and then she's gonna turn and just be like,
I got your ship back.
So as you pull back this arrow and you let it loose, the arrow goes flying by. It zips by one of the thugs' heads, like they don't even see it because it's behind their head.
It's a
and
toothpick.
as you say, I'm taking back I got your ship back. The long-haired captain kind of turns his head and looks at you, and as he does, this arrow goes right through his neck in one side and out the other.
Oh God.
so like that's happening on one side of the ship, but then you turn to look at her and she's just going,
I'd say you did.
And the long red-haired captain, he falls to the deck, and it causes all of the thugs to kind of like snap out of it, oh shit, and they all
We still have a captain. It's just her over there.
they all surrender immediately at the loss of because they're just kind of like paid thugs essentially. They're willing to
are
work
we
for
still in any kind of initiative order then?
whoever. That will take us out of initiative.
Okay, then just to keep up appearances, Binx is then gonna like, put her bow away, all of that kind of stuff, and she's gonna go over and start pretending to do a pat down on all these people, but she's so short that it's really just her on their ankles, just going,
That's
yeah,
like when you see squirrels with little acorns going like
yeah,
just real fast.
yeah.
Eliana she pops out and she says, "Oh, it's so good to be home," and stomps on the deck and says, "Flapjack, take us up."
What?
And,
Misadventures?
I want to lean over to Larissa. What is your sense telling you about this lady? Because I'm very confused right now.
Technically, she saved us, so how bad can she be?
I'm asking because you're right about Micken, so I'm just.
I'm right about a lot of things. And right now, she saved us, and there's 5 of us and 1 of her. So if anything changes, we've literally got a killer squirrel.
Hey, if you're good, I'm good.
You say that we literally have a killer squirrel, and you just hear her from the other side just being like, "What's in your ankle? This bone pops out too far. What's in it?" Like, just doing stuff like that. Like, what are you hiding in your body? Like,
before you start to take off, Eliana gives the chance for the rest of you to get on board, along with it looks like the capacity is going to be about 60 citizens that are there. The rest of them are still on the dock trying to figure out how they're going to get out of there. Eliana welcomes you all onto the deck and says, "Welcome to the Moon Dancer. This is my old reliable." And then at that point, she stomps on the deck and says, "Flapjack, take us on up."
As a side note, can we get a counter on the stream for throats destroyed by Binx? Because I think we're up to 3 now.
At least 3.
That's at least 2 too many for the average squirrel.
Because we had a Clockwork Horror get its jugular cut out. We had another thing, I think a Guardian or something, get its neck-ish get cut out.
Yeah.
And then now we have the captain getting shot through the neck. Still gonna count it.
It counts. Here I'm posting in our chat. There's a picture of Captain Eliana Sartell.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa.
Ooh, woo.
Ooh, woo.
Basically. As you
Is
start,
she just a
Ooh,
human?
she's fun.
yeah, she's
Ooh, but she's
pretty.
She's fun.
She's got trinkets.
I like her jacket. She do got a lot of trinkets.
As the crystal vines are all coiling up upward, scraping the sky. From the harbor, you can see similar vines miles from the settlement having burst from the world and reaching skyward. As the Moon Dancers clears the harbor, Captain Sartell stamps her boot on the deck. "Flapjack, take us up." And suddenly the galleon lists and creaks as it rises out of the water and into the air. The world falls away beneath you as the Moon Dancer flies through the clouds and into the starry abyss of night. Here ends chapter 1. Please flip the tape. But we will actually take a break right there because it is 8:27. So everyone get up, stretch your feet, stretch your back, stretch your neck, drink some water, go to the bathroom, do all the things you got to do, and join us back here for some more magical fun. We'll be back, guys.
Whee! It's a good time. Never forget the time my dad saw the word "esketit," like the way you spell it out, really weird for slang. He was like, "What's esketit?"
You're starting to sound like one of my coworkers.
What's esketit?
It's esketit.
What's up, everyone? We are back.
Ha!
We're only slightly cracked. It's 8:45 and
We're cracked.
Wednesday.
Well, I do
Emotionally
have
drained.
I do have a friend that has not been seen in quite some while.
Now that she is better.
There she is.
Miss
She's
Bexy.
She's shaved though, like her whole belly and chest is shaved.
Oh.
She's naked.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that cute little
bald-
girl.
Yeah.
She's like, I am naked and you will perceive me.
You will notice me.
You will
You
witness.
did this.
So yeah, you guys are on the deck of the Moon Dancer. You see, as you increase in elevation, you see the true issue at hand of all of these crystal vines reaching up into the sky hundreds of feet, some even into almost like the upper atmosphere. They're just massive, and they are as far as the eye can see. And as you increase in elevation, you start to see more and more of them just scattered in every which direction that you look.
Yeah.
You find yourself sailing through, that's not what I'm looking for. As you transition into space, kind of leaving the planet, you're kind of struck by a breathtaking experience. You're being, those of you who haven't been on a spelljamming ship before, you're being propelled by what seems to be like a magic engine, also known as Flapjack, who is a flump that is controlling. He's sitting in his spelljamming seat helm, and he is propelling the ship.
Not as cool as a fishbowl.
It's not as cool as a fishbowl.
It is true.
As you come into space, the sky itself gets darker, and you're able to see a lot more. You start to see more twinkling lights of stars off in the distance. You see colorful nebulas kind of in directions. You like it just as far as you can see, it is just endless space and endless opportunities, different moons and planets, and you see the star that the planets in your realm of space orbit. The colors of the nebula, they range from yellows and oranges to purples and pinks and blues. It's really kind of just an awe-inspiring movement. The ship is moving gracefully. Flapjack is doing a great job at kind of navigating through, even though you were leaving kind of in a panic. And as you kind of make that last little bit into to where you're officially fully in space, you see a school of space-dwelling fish swimming past the ship on your starboard side, and a voice back behind of Captain Sartell says, "Welcome to Wild Space," sweeping her arms wide, and that was a close thing down there. Blast if I know what those vines are or how to get rid of them, but somebody on the Rock of Brawl might, and that's where we are going. So I suggest you all get a little bit of rest. It's only a couple-hour journey to get there, but hopefully we can get some answers once we do get there.
Portia only heard a word or two of that. She is glass bottle-eyed out at all of this space. About as close to hanging over the edge as she can get.
What are the rest of you all? I mean, 3 of you have been, in space before when you went on the Beholder ship, but you were kind of stuck inside of the ship itself, and you didn't get to see a whole lot. So how are you reacting to kind of having this open view of space?
I mean, this is Ryder grew up with this stuff, so this is nothing new to him. He's going to be kind of sitting kind of by himself now that he can take a quick second to understand what went down, and just kind of be sitting off by himself, contemplating his next steps.
Yeah, Grimforst, he's next to Portia. But he's sitting down. He's not a huge fan of this traveling aspect, all this. But he is next to Portia, sitting down. But he's not impressed by any of it. He's just sitting there chilling.
It's very different from being at the academy, that's for sure.
I'll have to take notes. I'll have to tell Chalk back home. Oh, he's going to be so jealous. Grimforst, are you not? How are you not taking this in? It's incredible.
I just want to get to where we're going.
That could be any one of these places. Is that not at least a little bit awe-inspiring?
For you, maybe, but don't let me ruin this moment for you.
Well, you won't. Just trying to help.
I know.
I'll need to see this engine for further use. I'll need notes. Who is this Flapjack?
I'm gonna walk over.
I think
walk
he's the
back.
big flat guy flying the ship.
The creature.
Yeah.
Are all creatures your level of sentience or higher?
Higher sentient than me.
I mean, some. It's just impressive. A lack of just regular livestock.
Portia says some, and she doesn't see it, but like Binx's ears like go flat on her head, and she looks to Aylin just like, did she just say that? Like,
yeah.
But Ryder, in all of your space travels, you've never encountered anything like that. So I think you're the only one that's been around this before, and it's nothing you've seen, no legends you've heard.
I'm gonna be kind of walking back to the group, and I'm taking like the inside of my vest and trying to make sure nobody sees it. But I'm gonna be kind of wiping my face off and going, the tentacle things back there.
Yeah.
No, that's actually very new. I'm trying to think, but I don't even remember hearing any stories from my dad about those.
It's not something we learned at the academy. And granted, we didn't do a whole lot of learning in class, it felt like.
I've never seen anything like that either. Never even heard of such a thing.
Have I in either of my, like, 2 other, like, planetary exploits seen anything similar? Like either home plane or the previous?
I would say you've kind of seen them from a distance, but not really, like, known what they are.
Huh. Like already just somewhere.
Yeah.
But just chilling.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, not quite sure if they were a pet or if they were a person, you know?
Huh. Didn't know they were animate.
I think the next move is just to go where these people are going, but at some point or another, I have a pit stop I gotta make.
You're gonna fix your axe?
I have a cousin who's a blacksmith in Ironhold, where I'm from. He's the only one I would trust with working on something like this or any of my equipment. But first we just need a beat. Probably try to find out what those tentacles are. We can do that. But that's going to be the next step for me afterwards. Whether you guys would like to join is of your own choices. But I'm hoping I can get Bane fixed. And if I have to, call in a few favors so that I can go back. Because the score is now personal.
I could potentially see about helping do some repairs. It's sort of what I do. Or I could at least give you some kind of substitute until then. I feel bad not being able to help.
I'm kind of holding the head of the axe right now, and I'm just I in some way of trying to look comforting to me. I'm just gonna kind of pull it in a little tighter and go, no, I'm gonna let Aiden take a look at it. I appreciate the offer, but he's got to know.
It's an artist's work, I understand. But if you have anything else, I'd be more than happy to apply an infusion.
he just kind of shakes his head. He'll put the head of the axe kind of hanging off to the side and pull a cigar out and go, right now, rest and food. That'll be next. Where are we going again?
Fair enough. I have no clue.
All right.
Anyone?
Well, I'm going to talk to the captain and try and find some grub because I am starving.
Can I come with you? I'd like to see if I can see the engine. I need to do some research of my own.
I mean, you're more than welcome to. They're not super impressive.
I'll go too. I'm right behind you, Portia.
Don't make it
What
boring.
the captain has to say.
I'm
Choose
in
nice.
the middle of something.
And you turn around because all you've heard every now and then while she's been quiet is this little bit of like a wet slap kind of noise. And you turn around to see she's got all of her paints out. And she's like,
Just don't worry about it. Just come back and check on me in like 30 minutes. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. That's fine.
So I did post another map of the ship, but it has numbers on it. So that 'cause
Ooh.
I have a key that I can kind of go off of depending on
Nice.
where you're wanting to go.
Say the captain would be.
Captain is probably that very top section on the back.
Stern Castle?
Yeah, the stern castle.
I go there.
Yeah, that's where I'm headed to go talk to the captain.
Okay.
The stern.
I'm following.
And Binx was painting and Grim was following. Okay. So, as you get up there, Eliana's kind of walking around. As you get up to the top of the stairs, you kind of see her finish like throwing like a body of the red-haired bearded.
Oh my god!
Off the back of the ship, and like she's like, "Oh, good!" Like no one saw, and like turns out like, "Oh, hello."
hello.
Let's pretend we didn't see that. It was messy. It was gross. Let's start over. Like,
My gosh.
are you guys? Are you comfortable? Like, is there anything I can get you?
Two things.
He
Food.
was hungry.
Secondly, where are we going again?
I would like to find out what those vines were, and I am quite sure someone on the Rock of Brawl would know potentially who or what those were. As far as food, if you've ever been on a ship before, usually there's a galley. You might check there.
Well, I don't know. It's not my boat. There's a lot of chaos. What if you don't have food on the ship?
And you should maybe go find the galley and find some food.
Look, I really hate to interrupt, but we literally just graduated from the academy, like maybe
We're
3 days
college
ago.
students.
So this is I'm on a real ship without any instructions, so we might be a little new and a little lost.
You're fine. You're fine. Like, you know, when you're out in space so frequently, like she's really talking herself up, going on all these adventures, you know, you can become a little jaded towards, you know, just almost assume that everyone knows. But you know, I'll put the training wheels back on for you guys. You know, I said I'd get you back to the Rock of Brawl, so that's where we're gonna go. As far as the galley goes, what you're gonna do is you're gonna walk down those stairs you just came up. Then as you get to the bottom of those stairs, you're gonna turn and immediately go down another set of stairs. No, I lied. You're not gonna go down those stairs. There's a door here on the Stern Castle side of the map.
Tricked ya.
Trying to read this map is
That was a test.
just awful. So it's room 8 is where you're going to be going on the map. So you'll go down the stairs here on the back half of the ship, go through that door, go down the hallway just a little way, it'll be your first door on the left.
So this rock place, they got what are the place? Aylin, where's the place with all the people who read books?
A library?
One of those.
You know, it is.
Well, I don't know if there's many libraries, but the Rock it's been a bustling society for quite some time. There's not much law and order there. People just kind of handle their own business. But I'm sure you can probably find a store or something that might have some books.
Okay, but whatever we do, we can't let Binx know that there's no law and order.
There's no rules.
I mean, I'm taking you there. We'll go to one area that is kind of safe. Don't adventure out far, especially since you guys are pretty green. It can be a dangerous place, but it's also like once you get your reputation established and people know who you are, it becomes easier. And out of character, picture this being like Nassau in the Caribbean. Like it's like a pirate city essentially.
So could there potentially be other gangs there from other planets?
Oh, there absolutely could. I mean, it's a big selling port for all kinds of pirates and traders alike.
It's wonderful news.
I like to think, just as Aylin said, don't tell Binx there's no law. You just hear a what from down on the deck of the ship.
They don't have a ball.
Follow the laws.
they don't have a ball. Play the game, no ball. Yeah.
They don't ball?
No,
They
no
don't
ball.
even ball.
They don't even ball.
They don't even ball.
They've never heard of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
And she
We're
just goes
going
back
to
to her
That is
painting.
exactly what we said, yes. They've never heard of Bel Air.
I'm gonna turn around and start heading towards the galley so I can eat my sorrows away.
Retweet.
Considering
yeah, go ahead.
people, Grimforst is going to kind of look around and see if anybody's hurt. He's going to start checking on people to see if anybody needs assistance.
Everyone, from what you're able to see, like everyone's kind of, as a community taking care of each other. Any wounds have kind of been addressed. You see a few people kind of emotionally distraught because they may have, lost a family member, or their home was destroyed, or their business. There was, a lot of things going on. So there's some crying, some weeping. There's some younger kids that don't really know what happened, but now they're on a boat in space. Like, oh, this is cool, and just kind of everyone seems okay, as okay as they can be right now. No one's in dire need of like medical assistance.
Well, whatever those things were, they really did a lot of damage. And I'm going to go follow Ryder for the food.
All right.
I would like to bother the captain.
Okay. Is there
Captain
something else I
Ileana.
can help you with?
Yes, I was wondering if you could perhaps lead me down to your engine room.
Oh, yeah. Follow me. And
Splendid.
she walks you down that same set of stairs. and into the doorway that she had just mentioned to get to the galley. And as you walk past the galley and around like that center beam there, you're walking into room 5. But as you walk past the galley, you I don't know if your character sees Aylin and Ryder in there just eating, different foods and such. But as you get in, Eliana opens the door and says, "So this is our spelljamming helm. This is Flapjack. He is, our official spelljammer, or a engine, as you may say." And what you see in there is the spelljamming helm itself looks like a floating ornate silver chair with a purple seat cushion and no legs. There's a glowing blue crystals underneath the seat that project a magic circle onto the floor, stabilizing the chair. And Flapjack is sitting in it while piloting the ship.
So this is Flapjack.
And Flapjack's like, "Hey there, nice to meet you.
What are you?"
I can't talk too much right now, because I don't want to crash us into a rock or anything. But
what is he? I'll just look up to Ileana.
He's known as a flump.
Flump. Amazing.
I mean, do you want a portrait? Because it might last longer.
Perhaps at some point.
Make sure you get my good side, though.
Amazing. You're peculiar.
What'd you call me?
Peculiar.
You're peculiar. And he just kind of...
I have heard this. Might I see the engine of the ship? The machinations, perhaps?
You're looking at it, sweetheart.
Ryder's gonna walk up behind her with a turkey leg and go and just kind of point and go, "Told you it wasn't gonna be impressive."
The way he's talking is making me think of the voice I've given to Vex, where it's like, "Hey, Toots.
Yep.
You give me sweets, I'll be so nice to you."
Vex does talk like a transatlantic New Yorker. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's all arcanically driven. There's no mechanical parts whatsoever.
It's all kind of magic,
Exclusively arcana.
Yeah, we as spellcasters, we can control it with our mind. Watch this, and he slows the ship way down, and then he speeds it way back up, and then goes left and right.
Incredible. Would you say there are any organic components that drive it forward, or is it completely linked to your biology?
Well, it's not really.
Were you born arcanically gifted?
I was. I have a few magic tricks, you might say.
Hey, Captain, why don't you let the jellyfish take a break and let her sit down?
Next thing you know, you see a floating turkey leg going down the hallway.
You do have tricks.
Ryder doesn't share food. Everybody knows this. Ryder doesn't
you
share
can go
food.
Get it?
Hey, look, I was trying to help you out. Now the food's gone.
It's fine.
It wasn't yours. It was another one.
I really hope that you're just still holding it while gesturing.
Yeah, you're holding and gesturing with it.
The SpongeBob scene. Which one of you flatfoot stole my lollipop? It's right there.
No, he's having a moment.
My only food.
He's having a moment. He's having a moment like Pinhead Larry of you call it Pinhead. Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull my hand back in and go, "Oh."
I'd say, Damn.
It's been a long few days.
Incredible. Then how does a ship like this manage to be constructed in the first place?
Well, it's kind of made of wood. Have you seen ships that they sail on water?
Of course, naval vessels.
Yeah, it's just like that. Except the only difference is we put one of these fancy chairs in it, and then, you get somebody that has some magical ability, and you can you just move it around with your mind. But you have to have a fancy spell jamming helm, and you have to kind of attune to it, This is my chair. Don't you sit in my chair.
Well, I would consider it if I had ever made something at least slightly similar before. I've only succeeded twice. Wonderful.
We had somebody
this is all I
make one
needed.
out of a fishbowl once.
Out of a fishbowl?
Yeah.
Can confirm.
She was a goop. She just kind of got in it. And then blew the ship.
You must be leagues ahead of my plane. With technological advancement in Arcana. And a combination of organic infrastructure. This is amazing.
Yeah. Organic infants and whatnot. I'm gonna go back and eat.
I have many things to learn.
Grim, as you're
That's all I needed.
as you're checking on people, what all are you doing up there? Explain kind of what it looks like.
So I'm. Well, everybody's talking to the captain. I'm checking on folks. Everybody's looking grim. Like you said, there's crying. There's kids running around. Everybody's kind of aimless. So what I do is, the other kids are like, all right, gather around. And I start doing simple magic tricks. Little lightning things and just simple tricks to kind of keep the kids entertained. Before you know, like first the kids are around me, and I'm going to like, look at this, and poof, poof, and just doing simple magic things. Then adults start coming around. Then before you know it, everybody's on deck. I'm surrounded, and I'm just entertaining the crowd and just trying to get people's minds off how their whole town just got destroyed, and nobody has any answers for any of this. And I just look at the crowd, and just everybody is just looking at me, just doing these simple magic tricks, and it's just quick little feel good moments for everybody else.
Very cool. In the process of having a little bit of downtime and kind of exploring the ship a little bit, getting some food, you all can go ahead and mark a short rest. Get back some of those hit points, and whatever else your short rest does for you. I forgot to say that earlier, but.
Hey.
Binx, what are you up to?
I have finished my painting, and I'm going to find Ryder, and she's not moving as quick as normal because you can hear like a metal dragging, scraping noise on wood behind her. And she's gonna come running up to Ryder.
What did you do?
Ryder. Ryder, look at me.
Damn.
Hi.
Yes.
I have a present.
Whoa.
I painted this. It's not the same thing. It's not gonna work the same as Bane, but it looks like Bane.
And she's used her marvelous pigments to create an axe that looks like Bane, but it really is just like a normal, like a battle axe. Like that's its properties, because I can't make things of a certain value, a certain gold value. But regardless, it looks like Bane, and she's gonna kind of like, she's like shoving it up with her tiny body.
And he's like, just take it. Just take it before it squishes me.
We're just gonna pick it up and
If it kills me, you're gonna be upset. I know you.
I'm gonna pick it up and kind of twirl it in my hands a little bit, kind of bounce it and go, huh, not bad for a rat.
It's called a squirrel. The rat is the variant without the furry tail.
After I do that, I'm gonna kind of reach behind me.
The other variant is fully domesticated.
I'm gonna reach behind me, and it is a bowl of like bar nuts I found in the galley. And I'm gonna set them down. I was like, "You were out here painting. You didn't come and get food. I don't know what you eat, so there."
She's gonna shove as many as she can into both cheeks, and the rest that she can't, you watch her kind of try to like get as many in her arms before just like dropping them back in the bowl, and then pulling out the bag of holding and just shoving them all in.
Just,
yeah. Just,
nice, like we all do.
Yes,
as you do.
There was a time when I still had Ori that she put too many peas in her mouth to eat that night, and she couldn't get them out. So I watched her go to the corner and just go and get them all out.
What a distinguished lady!
Yeah.
As you all are kind of resting a little bit and kind of getting your bearings and taking in what all has gone down, it's been probably about an hour or so of you flying around, and all of a sudden, your ship, the Moon Dancer, comes to a slow, or it slows way down, and it almost comes to a stop.
Are we here?
Yeah, I'll kind of look around and see if things seem like there's a reason we should be stopping.
Yeah.
As you look around, off in the distance in front of you, behind you, kind of gaining some speed on you, you see a vessel that looks like a giant moth. A giant meth. A giant moth. A giant moth.
We call it the cocaine bear.
The cocaine bear.
Cocaine bear.
I watched that movie recently. Oh my god.
I literally am gonna find a way to watch it tomorrow by myself, even if it means going to the movie theater by myself.
It's on Paramount Plus if you have access to that.
Also, the very last thing Ray Liotta did.
Nice.
Yeah.
So back behind you, there's a giant moth with wings made of iridescent crystal, similar in color and luster to the crystal vines that ravaged your world. You can just make out some figures on the deck of the approaching ship, arming the mangonel, and you hear Captain Sartell say, "Astral elves, and they don't look to be friendly. Best ready yourselves for a fight." And
It's only been a few minutes.
I also have a picture I'll post in Discord.
I'm gonna turn to the captain and go, "You have 60 other souls on this ship. There can't be a fight. You need to tell the jellyfish to move."
Jellyfish.
That's cool.
I love it.
We can't outrun that. It is far
So
faster than we
cool.
are. Best case scenario, we outnumber
Just
them.
try, and like we'll try to shoot at it, but like you could always try to outrun it.
I mean, we
Like what if you're like hauling ass, and then we just like shoot a hole in it, and it
Can we
spills
not
it out?
explain that we come in peace and we bear civilians?
I mean, we can try.
Can
we have the catapult
talk to
on
them?
the back of the ship, and we can also try and run. But I've seen this type before, and they usually aren't friendly.
How many other fighters do you have on the ship?
She kind of counts her head, and it ends up being, one or two additional people. But you have the crew that is eligible to load and aim the weapons for you all.
I think we should probably have
No
the civilians hide downstairs.
That's
I agree.
the smartest thing Binx has said all day.
She
Hey,
literally made you an axe, and that's how you're going to talk to her.
I thought that was a compliment. You didn't compliment me? How dare you?
I said you said a smart thing. What more do you want?
Use your T word, like Aylin says.
Thank you, people down below.
Titanium.
We can load the catapults and what weapons, but don't put them in an aggressive stance. If they seems like that they're gonna do something, at least we'll be ready.
Dear God, I just stared into my lights too long, pretending to look up at two people taller than me, and now I can't see.
You got the sparklies.
I've got those dots.
Is this what it's like to look at tall people?
I've never had this problem looking at Maddie.
Look, if we want to go the peaceful route, I don't think there's anybody better to talk to them than me.
She's right, you know.
Why?
Wait, she's right.
She's just really good at getting us.
You're one of the things that are on that thing.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking. I was just thinking she's really good at talking people out of wanting to punch Ryder in the face.
What is an astral elf?
Her.
That.
My people.
Oh. Amazing.
See, Ryder, I wasn't getting racist about it, but I was just thinking she's really good at talking.
I mean, that too.
There's a lot going through at one time. I'm trying not to get everybody dead, and you know that's a very opposite of my normal personality.
Just didn't realize that there were more of my kind out there. After my parents disappeared, my grandpa died, that was kind of it.
That's quite a lot all at once.
Captain,
Sorry.
take your fighters to bring the civilians down below decks. Tell them to arm up, but stay under. Don't come out until we tell them to. We'll have everything loaded up, so if we have to fight, we'll be ready. But it may be a good idea to let Aylin take the lead on this one.
Mm-hmm. I can always go over with her, just sitting on her shoulder, just as backup.
Well, she's not going over there alone either way. They can come over here.
Well, but then they're on our ship.
Yeah, then they're cut off. We tell the jellyfish to punch it. We kill whoever comes onto the boat.
Okay.
Binx, about how much do you weigh?
Half a pound.
I have an idea that you might like. Would you like to come with me?
She's gonna do like the hug climb up your leg to get up onto your shoulder. Yeah.
Okay.
I
set
know,
you
right?
up on my
It's freaky
shoulder.
when she does that.
Definitely wasn't expecting it, no. You're swift.
Mm.
Anyway.
I once outran a lawnmower.
A what?
It's a mower that goes on the lawn. But it's fast and I outran it. Just go on, do your thing, don't worry about it.
Alright.
I was trying to sound cool, but I guess it didn't make sense.
I'll take your word for it anyway. Aylin, I'll await your mark. But you have an artillerist on hand should you need to start anything.
I honestly don't think I will, but it's nice to know that we're ready just in case.
I don't know what that word is that she said, but it sounds fun.
Firepower. And a lot of
That
it.
just became very fun.
There is the summary for the ship that you're on. If one of you wants to keep track of it, it'll have its own initiative that you roll for.
I know the plural was ballistic.
Right.
That's rad.
I have a paper right in front of me if you want me to keep track of our
what's a mega
our hit points.
It's a catapult. It's a fancy name for a catapult.
I prefer the trebuchet.
We're a 15 AC. Okay, got it.
Okay.
So, we can take some of the crew and load the mangonel on the back since they're coming up from behind, and then get everybody below deck outside of, I guess, me, Aylin, and we kind of left Grimforst out of all the action.
No, we just haven't asked him what he wants to do yet. Hey, buddy, I know you're doing great things for them kids, but you gotta get up here, bud. We gotta talk about this.
And like she's making Portia like hold her like this, and she's like laying flat on your hands, just looking down over the railing. Just, hey, buddy, just get up here. Like,
Don't step on that pot. That's a button.
Way.
There's a butt.
Oh, just don't step on it. It's. You should probably sit on this arm, actually. I'll tell you what they all do another time.
Eliana, Captain Sartell, she says, guys, we gotta make a decision quick because they just launched a rock at us.
Did you say a rock? Or a rocket?
A rock?
A rock.
Yeah, a dancer with long legs.
Try to talk to them.
I'm making sure. You know, they both pose
You have
different
rockets
threats.
on this planet, me
they
too.
both pose different threats. Okay.
Does a
One I am more scared of than the other. The other is a rock.
Does a 24 hit that armor class?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're a
That's like
15 AC.
Okay.
Oh my god. I have the same armor class as a boat. Nice.
How does that
Hell yeah,
make you
brother.
feel? Okay.
Pretty great, actually.
So,
I need to keep track of our fly speed because I only wrote down our HP and our AC.
no, I can kind of take care of that for you.
Okay, cool.
Which ones are? It's that one. It's the top looking one.
You mean the D10s?
Yep.
Cool. I love that we have that big of a die being rolled.
Because about the time that there we go. Okay, about the time that Eliana says that they're starting to fire at us.
Oh, that's a lot.
Shh, it's fine.
Yeah, I heard it.
I saw that.
Oh boy.
This boulder comes crashing and hits your ship for calculator.
X, you little turd. She's been passed out, and I just stopped rubbing
It
her
hits
head,
your
and now
ship
she's like,
for
"Wait, I'm awake."
68 damage.
Of course.
68.
You were so close to glory.
Wait, nope, take it back. Let's remove the highest dice because I rolled too many. So it'll be 58 damage.
Oof. Not as funny, but I'll take it.
You know.
I pushed them.
So it crashes and hits the ship pretty hard. She's like, "Yeah, I'm not okay with them putting holes in my ship. We're turning around. We're gonna either handle this by talking, but we're getting out of range of that weapon for sure." And
Oh boy.
she stomps on the deck 3 times, and Flump starts almost seamlessly turns the ship around and starts heading directly at them. And you have about 2 minutes before you're in range for the ballista.
Aylin, do you think you can reason with them?
I really do think I can. They are my people in a way. But also, there's a high chance, depending on where they're from, that they might only speak Elvish. And so, if talking to them, that's me. That's what's going to have to happen.
Hey, if anybody can get us out of this, it's going to be Aylin. I am 100% at her back. So let's
Does
get
anybody
in.
else speak Elvish, though? Like, they could just be her backup?
Oh, I just speak Dwarvish. I was going to go either way.
Well, you know what? I trust Aylin's ability to speak. And I can just, like, hang on your shoulder like I look like a pet. And then if you, like, need to throw me at somebody as, like, a tiny little, just, like, you know, attack bomb, we'll do that.
Not to spoil the surprise, but I have something similar that might work quite well in your favor if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, man, Are you gonna put those crab legs on me?
No.
I thought I was gonna turn into just
Actually, I haven't
spider
attempted
squirrel.
it. One could try. I'm sure if I... Well, I had to leave the other robot behind.
I thought
it
it
doesn't
was
travel very quickly, but
I thought
you
it was
could
gonna
possibly
be like
mount
that guy.
one.
I thought it was gonna be like that guy from Spider-Man. What's his
What's
name? Carnage?
Spider-Man?
He's a comic book.
Oh, I don't really read them.
All right, the squirrel's speaking nonsense now. Captain, get us in close and fly casual, not aggressive.
I guess.
What do you mean casual? We just turned around after they shot us.
Yes, you get in close so that we can tell them, hey, we just want to talk, but don't do it aggressively.
Okay, tell you what. I'll do that, but I'm going to need you to get up on the front of the ship and wave the white flag.
Hey, Grimfrost, I got a job for you.
What you got?
No, man, I think Grim would be really helpful by, like, being ready to fire some distance spells if we need them.
Dwarves don't wave white flags.
Well, I can go wave the white flag, and I can just kind of lay there, too, just kind of like, hey, just come over here, you know, just...
I
We're
could
friendly!
go with you.
Seduce the ship, Binx. That's a great idea. You know what? I'm going to let you run with that one.
Binx, I can go along with you, and then we can get set up in case we need to...
Do the thing.
Make any ranged attacks.
Yeah.
Careful, Portia. I don't need you getting hurt out there.
I'm more than armed, but thank you. I believe in Aylin. I need a flag. Do we have one?
Yeah.
Tear a bit of the mast off. Or the sail off.
But we need that to sail.
I mean, not in space.
I have my blouse.
Then why is it there?
Well, whatever we need. Me and Aylin are going to get ready to go over to the other ship. You guys handle the flag thing.
So Grimfrost just goes up to the sail and just rips it off. Finds because the ship that hits him, finds like a piece of wood from the ship, wraps it around, and now you've got your ship flag. There.
Portia was like right in the middle of like unbuttoning her blouse as soon as you handed it over.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
You could tell that the gears were turning in Binx's head, but she had not moved. So she was sitting there just...
Let her cook. I want to see where this goes.
Okay. Shall we go?
All right, good plan. Let's do it.
Go.
To the forecastle.
Or the stern castle. Where is the boat coming from behind?
You've turned around and you're heading now.
Yeah,
at
it would
them.
be towards the front.
To the forecastle. Back that first way.
As you get up there and you're waving the flag, you notice that no other shots have been fired at this time. and their ship kind of slows and ends up kind of next to yours, and your ship kind of comes to a stop as well. And you are greeted by it told me. Where did it go? Stalling.
Wait, so we're not all heading to the same place, correct? We're heading to 2 separate places?
I don't believe so. I think you...
I imagine, if I recall, or I understood it correctly, me and Aylin are going to go talk to the people while Portia, Binx, and Grimforst stay back just in case we gotta cheese it and need to start attacking from ranges.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's what I thought. Before you go, Aylin, I'm gonna give you... I have a bell in my backpack. I'm gonna give it to you and just be like,
if anything goes wrong, shake this with a vigor, and I'll hear it.
Can do.
Doesn't mean I can get there, but like I'll hear it.
It'll be the danger call.
As you are pulling up, you see a handful of enemies on the deck of the ship, ready and defending just in case you guys were planning on trying to board. There are... you see the captain, or what you can assume is the captain, and his kind of upper echelon leaders on the ship. You see what looks to be like some kind of religious figure talking to a stone, and you see 9 plasmoid explorers or workers on the ship that are ready to attack as well. But they don't seem overly aggressive, but they are there to defend their ship.
Yeah, we can see all that.
Yeah, that's all on the deck.
I hope the guy talking to the rock isn't calling for backup.
The captain calls out to you and says, I'm so glad you guys have decided to surrender. It's making this job so much easier. Go ahead and lay down your weapons, and we will be boarding your ship shortly.
We're not necessarily here to surrender. We're here to ask if you've seen the damage that was caused on that last planet.
Seen the damage? All I saw was rejuvenating life.
Oh, man.
So we had a Colton last night's
shucks.
game. And we got a Colton
now we have
game.
another... Tyler, it's not a cult. It's just an organized group, and we all have one common goal.
I assure you, we are no cult. We were here...
Where's the man who pees his pants in this one?
Yeah.
We're here by the order of Emperor Zaven of the Xeraxian Empire.
Zaven.
And those vines are going to heal our star. And I can't have you all interfering.
What if I told you we're not interfering? We were just trying to save our own lives.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
Yes.
I'm glad we sent the bard.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Oh, no. I don't like when that noise comes out of
No, my persuasion is plus 11. I just have to do math now.
Thank God.
Oh, God, okay.
I remember
29.
when we did not wreck,
Woo!
her persuasion
What
was
was
like crazy high.
29.
Okay. You know, I would be, apt to believe that, but something just, it seems off. We've been watching you for a while.
I'm an astral elf. Why would I lie to you? Why would I lie to my people? I didn't know there was more of me out there. I'm not going to stand in front of what could be my only connection to my people and lie.
Well, tell you what, come on over to our ship and we'll take you in for questioning. If everything checks out, we'll let you out on your merry way. You'll have nothing to worry about.
Just me?
No, not just you. Everybody. I can't have any flight risks. Is there anybody else on board besides the 7 of you or 6 of you?
No, there's just the 6 of us.
Roll me another persuasion.
I'm going to roll these ones. 26.
Okay. It's like, all right. Come on over, and they lay down a plank between the 2 ships, and they're starting to secure so that the other ship can't get away.
Ryder kind of steps back a little bit and goes, Aylin, what's happening?
So we're going to board their ship for questioning. Just let me keep talking, and I think we'll be okay. They don't know anybody else is on the ship. They just think it's the 7 of us. All the civilians below deck are safe.
Is it the pointy-eared ones that are questioning us? Because I didn't understand any of that.
It's the pointy-eared ones that are questioning us.
Oh, this is going to
What
be
if
nice.
we were...
I mean, I can go first and hopefully just get it all done at once. Persuade them that we are... Because what I told them is we were just trying to save our own lives. We weren't... Because they think we're interfering with what they're doing, and we're not. We were just trying to save our own lives and get out of there. And if I can convince them that's what we were doing, which is the truth, they might not need to question you guys.
Okay, but what were they trying to do?
They were trying to... actually, I didn't get that out of them, to be 100% honest with you. They said some slightly culty things, but that's... My Elvish is also a little rusty. It's been about 200 years since I've spoken it. But it didn't sound like they had an end game for something.
See? I like that. She was picking up. I was like, I hope she doesn't tell Ryder what they're doing. All right. Well, you go first. And if you're my translator, just make all the stupid things I say sound good.
I can do that.
Seeing as how we are, such busy individuals, go ahead and stay on your ship. We're gonna come over there. And you hear, you could all hear the religious priest-looking guy start speaking a little bit faster and more intensely. And about that time, about 4 of the Plasmoid explorers come over onto your ship, bearing their weapons, and 2 of the 2 upper echelon commanders of the ship, we'll call them, they come on board as well.
Can I hide?
You could probably hide in my coat.
I can do that, or I can duck behind something and just be ready to jump out as a sneak. One or the other.
I could also hide.
Well, they already know there's 7 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if I'm the one missing... Here, I have a good idea.
She's gonna hide, that she's gonna cast Minor Illusion to make a secondary version of herself.
Okay. I'll try to keep up with the fake non-existent weight of
It's
the
just
squirrel
gonna
on my
sit
arm.
on your shoulder so that you don't have to
Okay.
worry about holding
Okay.
up. Yeah.
Act natural.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
give
gonna
you a
back
little
up some
salute.
more and go, Aylin, I thought you said we were going over there. Why did the goop people come here?
Changed their mind last minute, and now they're going to board our ship. So what we need to do is make sure the people downstairs stay hidden. Don't tell them where we're going. And prepare for battle just in case.
Put your weapons on the deck and kick them over. And then, Captain, will you show me to your quarters where we can have a conversation? Oh, Captain.
I think they're talking to you, Aylin.
Ew, me?
You're the only one who can understand them.
You think they're... Oh, no.
Aylin's the captain now.
Out of prosperity's sake, Rob, I got a 19 for my a stealth to hide.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
Just a
With your illusion, you're fine.
Yeah.
Considering the fact nobody can understand what we're saying, we could totally stay here. We all have places to be and things to do. So if we can keep this short and sweet, we can all carry on our way to get things done.
Oh, don't worry. We have quite some time to get acquainted, you could say. And about that time, the plank between the two ships goes back. They unhook their grappling devices, and the Star Moth starts venturing off and sails off into the distance.
As a fresh graduate of the Academy, there's a lot of space out there. And this doesn't need to be inhibited at the moment. We're just trying to save ourselves from what was going on down there to progress and go further.
I see. And he looks over at Ryder and says, "Why does he look so angry? Does he think he's a threat at this point?"
No. His weapon broke back where we were, and he's just very sensitive about it. He's just a little hurt at the moment. He is a threat to no one. Not here, at least.
What's the story with the tall one with the dreads?
Believe it or not, that's a new companion. Met him at a bar on the last planet. He and the lovely tiefling. I haven't been around long enough to know the answer to that. But as we go on, I hope to get to know them better, because it's always nice to make new friends.
And assuming, or not assuming, how long did you say you've been the captain of this vessel?
I've been the captain of this vessel since I graduated from the academy. It was a graduation gift of things. I have no idea where my parents are, but it was left to me in their will, and they made sure to get it to me on the day I graduated the academy.
And he gets real close to you and looks you dead in the eye, and he whispers something into your ear so no one else can hear it, and then just kind of chuckles. And I'll write out in a message what he tells you. He's like, in common now, he's like, "All right, well, everything checks out here. if you guys have a rowboat, I guess we'll be on our way. We'll signal back for our pickup.
Wait, you could have talked to us this whole time?
Nobody's more mad about it than me, and my rusty elvish trust me.
I could have, but why play all my cards to someone that I have just met? Also, condolences to your weapon.
Oh, thanks. It was a really nice weapon. Still kind of sad about it.
Yeah, it's so hard to find a good one anymore these days.
Right. This guy gets it.
So, about that life raft, how, or do you want to take me back to the Dark Star?
Do we have lifeboats on our ship?
I don't think so.
Remember, you tapped her. Just say where you want to go.
No, that was just like a real question to Rob if we have them or not.
True.
It's not on the picture.
Yeah. We lost all of our lifeboats leaving that last planet, so I will take you over.
All right, sounds good.
Tap the floor three times.
Day now.
3 times. Floor tap.
I'm sorry, what was that?
He mumbles sometimes.
I had a tick. Hap-a-deep-a-doop-a-dap. See, it just happens.
When we entered Battle of the Bands, the music never left his soul. It just kind of happens nowadays.
That was a good time. Did you see the show? Man, you really just tap your foot 3 times to it. It really gets you going.
Look, I don't want to die.
Because that's how the captain told the jellyfish before. That. Now, I'm not saying this out loud. I'm just talking to Larissa here. It's how the captain told the jellyfish to make the ship move.
Do you really want to move our ship with them on it, though?
Well, they said we would ride them back over to the Dark Star.
Okay. Then I tap 3, the floor. Oh, wait, is Flapjack still stationed? Or did he go get food?
No, he's still in his chair.
Okay, I tap 3 times.
And the ship starts moving forward to try and catch up with the Dark Star. They see that you're starting to pursue them a little bit, and they slow down, and you pull up beside them, ready to attack again. But they see that they're the crew that came over is fine, and they throw the plank back over. They board, and the captain says, "Well, it in Elvish he says, it seems everything checks out. I'm glad that things didn't have to get messy."
I can tell you the exact same thing from my end. Safe travels out there.
And to you. And as the Dark Star starts pulls off and goes away, it takes off in a pretty quick hurry.
I don't know if we'll see them again. They seem to have a lot of things to do, so... But he really was sad about your axe, more than anything. Hopes you can get it fixed.
It's one of those times I wish Gemma was here. I could use a book to teach me how to talk like they did. That was way too stressful.
You're telling me that was way too stressful.
Such a deplorably unsettling and uncouth man.
Never doubted you for a second.
Well, I sure doubted myself.
I was
really stressful. I'm
prepared
really
to pull a
sweaty.
trigger.
At the academy, I stopped violence with my words. So if I can do that in space, that's pretty cool.
Well, if you have a talent for them, absolutely use them. I don't. Sorry that we couldn't enact Plan B yet, Binx.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of time for Plan B.
She's still hiding, and like when a cat comes skittering out with its back arched, looking like all kinds of demon. Yeah, she comes skittering out from her hiding place like that, and it's just like bouncing around like a ferret, and just.
Are you gonna do any stabby by the gun?
No, unfortunately. Sorry.
Such a waste.
She's gonna sheath the sword again.
We'll have another time. Probably.
There'll be more people to maim and kill later on.
Probably.
We didn't cause any more damage to a ship that isn't ours. We kept a bunch of civilians safe.
I had complete faith that you were gonna do fine, Aylin. I was just looking forward to going for that jugular again.
So, what exactly did they even want?
They just wanted to make sure we were harmless.
Was all of the conversation about that emperor in Elvish?
Yeah.
Can I start looking around, like sniffing around the ship, looking around, seeing if they left anything on here that seems like pretty much anything they might have left, but specifically if there's anything like a detection device or any of that kind of stuff that maybe somebody dropped and left here on purpose?
Sure. So, I mean, as you're looking around and sniffing and stuff, nothing was dropped. They were pretty like straightforward, clean, right up to the point.
Okay.
Aylin, there was nothing else?
That's it. They looked really busy. They said they had places to be, and they just wanted to make sure that we weren't going to get in their way. And we're not. We're going somewhere completely different. I hope. They didn't say where they were going, but I definitely didn't tell them where we were.
I mean, they didn't even say anything about, like, their plans or anything like that?
No, they just wanted to make sure that we weren't trying to hurt them. Wanted to make sure we weren't going to interfere.
Interfere with what?
That I didn't get out of them. But as long as we're not a threat to them, they won't be a threat to us.
Could I insight to see if she's hiding anything on purpose?
Yeah.
Because so B is a player, because obviously Binx doesn't know this, but didn't they say something about
like
their
an emperor
star?
and crystals, but I just want to see if she's hiding on purpose.
Yeah,
They
I
did
didn't.
mention
I'm just
about
saying I didn't
cleansing the
understand
planet.
it. I didn't understand that, but as a player, I did. But
That is awful. So, ooh, yeah, that's just a 4. Wait, you know what? I'll use my inspiration. I'll see if I can make that any better.
I'll try to help you here, bud.
Oh man, it was almost good, but how about a 5 instead?
You know
instead of a 4,
I got a 13.
Okay. Yeah, no, as far as you're able to tell, Aylin is, 100% forward with you. She's given no reason to
Wait a minute.
be
Wait a minute.
untrustworthy.
But that was a waste of a stop.
Oh, crap. Guys.
What?
I know Elvish, because I'm dumb. I thought I didn't know Elvish, but I know it.
Was it in your languages the whole time?
Yeah.
Thanks. I had to look too, though. I thought about it and I was like, wait a minute.
I thought I only knew Common and Thieves' Cant. I forgot that I got to pick a language.
Let me make sure the astral elves don't speak like
That's their own specific, yeah.
Stars.
Well, I do believe that is enough excitement for today. Let's get this tub turned around and back on course.
please.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Let's get out of here.
We'll figure that out as we go. So,
Yeah.
Eliana commands the ship to, reset its course. And she's like, you know what? We still got a little ways to go, and we took some damage there. So I need two of you to try and clean up and repair what we can of that damage.
I'm a mechanic. I can see what I can do.
Perfect.
You got an extra hammer? I know how to use them.
I have... Well, what kind? I have alchemist supplies, smith's tools, thieves' tools, tinker's tools, and wood carving if you're skilled with that.
Smith's tools would be the best for
all yours.
I need somebody...
I'll tag along with you.
Oh, wait, I have a thing for this. I have right tool for the job.
Nice.
I can magically create a set of tools in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of me in an hour, but I can make whatever tools are necessary to make the repairs.
Nice.
Nice.
I just need an hour.
As you're sailing...
Very quick.
I just need a couple people for repairs. I need someone to clean go to the galley and clean dishes. And I need someone to check on the civilians and entertain them for the next hour or so.
I'll do the dishes.
I'll entertain the people.
They liked what you did before, so you may as well do it again.
True.
Graham, I can go with you, or I can go with Portia and be an extra tiny set of hands. Who wants me? Who wants me? But I'm going with Graham. Nobody. Yeah, I'm going with you.
She's gonna climb up onto you. She's gonna do the hug climb back up your body too.
God.
So with those tasks at hand, that is actually where we will end for tonight.
Oh, okay.
So
Woo.
when we start the next session, you'll be doing your chores while sailing through space. So, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us, experiencing this story. It was pretty high-octane entertainment from the start to the finish. And as I read more and more of this adventure, it's just gonna keep going, and it's gonna ramp up. And if this crazy lot of people wants to adventure out and to Lord knows what else my brain and Chat GPT has created, it's gonna be a hell of a time. So, guys, thank you so much again. Don't forget to tune in for tomorrow night's stream for a mini painting. Stop by, check them out. Tell them that the Spelljammers say hello. And again, fan art competition.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. is cutoff. Send me your fan art, and I will share it with these people, and we will get a winner picked, and I will send you a mystery pack. And yeah, we'll go from there. If you don't hear it anywhere else, you're loved. We care for you, and make sure you drink some water. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, guys.